I'll be tying a Callibaetis spinner today. This is a size 16. For my hook, it's an 11-10 Daiichi. I'll put one in the vise here. Change my glasses so I can see. For the thread, I've selected some uni thread. This is an 8/0 rusty dun. I'll start behind the eye of the hook. Use touching thread turns as I go back about 1/3 of the way. Trim my thread. I'll use some fibettes for the tailing material. I'll select 2 from this bunch here. And I want it about the same length as the shank of the hook, or a little bit farther, a little bit longer. Use a soft wrap, make a few wraps, and then hold the material away from the hook straight up, and that will keep it on top of the hook as you continue back. I'll go back to about the barb, and while I'm holding it up, go underneath and pull down, make a wrap which secures the thread. I want to separate these. I still have this thread tight. I'll come back through and make it one more turn to secure it, and then you can adjust these, and I found that works pretty well for me. We'll trim the material. I'll be using some biots for the body. The biots are the leading edge of this wing. It's a turkey wing. So I'll pull one out from the wing and just pull it off. These biots have 2 ways to tie them in. This direction will make a furl, and as you wrap it forward, the furl will stand out. I prefer it the other direction, as it's smooth on that side. Hopefully you can see that the smoothness there. I'll trim a little bit of this to tie it in. I'm 2 or 3 thread wraps in front of the tailing material. Make a soft wrap and then go forward. I'm trying to keep a smooth body, but also create a little bit of a taper. I'll go up to about where I put the wing in, tie the wing in. I'm twisting my bobbin holder in order to straighten out or smooth out the thread. I won't go back quite as far. I'm untwisting my thread again, and I just continue going back and forth to create somewhat of a taper. We'll do it one last time. And I will end right about the 1/4 mark. To make the fly a little more securable, so that fish don't, as you wrap this, and if a fish tooth were to hit that, it could unravel. So I'm going to use some brushable Zap-A-Gap. Use just a tiny bit. I'll put it on top. And as I move it forward, it will, or as I turn the biot, it will move that material forward. You notice here that I've trimmed my brush so I don't have near as much. I can control the amount that I've placed on the hook much better. I'll take my hackle pliers and grab the end. Oops. And I will start to wind that forward. And you'll notice the furl right here, and I'll cover that with the next wrap. I like the biot because it provides a little bit of a two-tone, which is kind of like the natural insect. I'll bring my thread over a couple of times. I'll keep a hold of my hackle plier until I pull down tightly, then I'll release the tension. Make one more wrap, so I've got 3 wraps holding it, and trim the excess. Make a couple of more wraps to get that material down. For the wing, I'm using some EP fibers, they're trigger point, and the color is called Spinner Wing. Comes in a long piece like this. You can see I've used most of this piece up, and I've been using a piece that is not too much remaining, so just enough for one fly. In order to set it, I'm just going to put the spinner wing under the thread and bring it up on top of the hook, and the tension of the bobbin holder will hold that wing in place. I'll make one more wrap and then come back the other direction to make an X to secure that material. We'll make 2 wraps again, one direction and then the other direction. And now I've got some Callibaetis color superfine dubbing that I'll use. You notice I'm not using very much, so I'll bring the thread out and use a little moisture. Go one direction on with the dubbing. I'm going clockwise. And then I'll start to apply the dubbing in the thorax area. I'll make those crisscrosses again. And I like to pull the wing out perpendicular from the hook and place a thread wrap right next to it so that it prevents the wing from folding back. And just keep crisscrossing until you get somewhat of a little bit of a bulk in the thorax area. Make a few wraps here for the head, a thread head. I'll make my thread flat again and pull out some head cement. Place 2 or 3 drops right on the thread. Pull out my whip finisher and make 5 turns. Tighten it down. Looks like I might have caught one small piece of material. I'll take care of that though. I'll take my scissors and just touch the thread, and that should trim it. So for the length, I just like to pull all the material up and away a little bit past the bend of the hook. Make sure you don't have your tail material in there. And then we'll pull these out away from the hook, and I'll trim it just a little bit into a wing shape for some of those extra fibers to remove them. And there is your Callibaetis spinner. You can change up the color of the body to imitate any mayfly. A more popular one might be a rusty spinner to imitate PMD, the final version of their life cycle. So I hope you like this fly. Please like and subscribe to my RiverKeeper fly website, and I will make a note of the fly pattern sheet in the description below.